Never refinance your mortgage because you're only going to extend your payment back to 30 years. And you should not refinance until rates go back to the low 2s and 3%. If you're tired or debating a refinance because you just bought a home a couple years ago and you're stuck with a 7 to 8% interest rate, then stay tuned because I'll be guiding you today on the 2 huge misconceptions and at the end a huge mistake to avoid when refinancing your mortgage. I'm Robert with Sold and Funded by a Vet. Now let's define what a refinance is. Now in simple terms, refinancing is paying off your existing mortgage with a new mortgage. The only difference is that you're refinancing to a lower interest rate, and that could be with your current lender or with any lender that you can refinance with. Now, why would you want to go through the hassle of refinancing if you're comfortable with your current debt payment? Well, 3 really important reasons why you might have to go through a refinance and go through the hassle again are, number 1 would be to remove someone, like a court order to remove your spouse from the loan. Number 2, one that could save you hundreds of dollars alone, is to remove private mortgage insurance for conventional loans or mortgage insurance for FHA loans. Lastly, a very debated but safe to say at least a 1% difference in lower rate where you can recoup the costs associated with any refinance. Now, it is very debated on how many years it should take you to get that money back for the costs associated with the refinance, but my golden rule is to be under 3 years. So in this example, it would make sense. They went from a 7% interest rate to a 6%, which is that 1% difference that I recommend, where they were able to save over $500 by refinancing into that lower interest rate. Now, to the 2 big misconceptions that I mentioned earlier are that it's going to extend your term back to 30 years, and that is simply not true. If you had a 27-year term and you refinance, you can do a 27-year term or shorter if it makes sense, right? If it makes sense, it makes dollars. But yeah, you can do any term that you wish as long as it makes sense. The number 2 misconception, oh wait, I only have a camera over here. Where was I? The number 2 misconception is that you should not refinance until mortgage rates come down. And this can be our belief for the grass is greener on the other side mentality. If you and I could see the future, we wouldn't have a mortgage. We would instead be on a private jet on our way to freedom. Wait, I can't tell the future, can you? Alright, all dumb dad jokes aside, one thing is certain, and that is that life is uncertain, and anything can and will happen. For example, you could lose a job, or you could get into more car debt because you didn't have any savings and now you have to go and borrow some money. Or lastly, the Feds can decide to increase rates like they have in the past, and it's very cyclical, so we just never know. And I share all this with you not to scare you, but to prepare you. Lastly, as promised, one thing that will help you pay off your home sooner and save you literally thousands of dollars is if you're going to decide to refinance your mortgage, make sure you check off that there is no prepayment penalty, because many times you're going to refinance into a lower rate and you're going to have $500 in savings monthly, and you're thinking, I want to actually use this money to pay off my home sooner, but then you find out that there was a prepayment penalty and you end up having to pay up something that you didn't expect. So make sure you avoid that and you make sure you check off everything before you sign. Alright, that's it for me. I'm Robert, and if you're looking to get pre-approved and you want to shop around, let me know. I'm working with a broker so I can shop around for the best rate. I'll leave my number here as always. And anyways, I'm going to go hang out and do some sparring. So I'll catch you guys on the next video. I hope you dug that.